Greetings and welcome to another episode of Q Points Podcast. I am DJ Sir Daniel.
And my name is J. Ray, sometimes known by my government as Johnny Ray Cornegay III. And Sir Daniel, I think we're about to blow some minds today.
Listen, we wouldn't be Q Points unless we dropped a little gem in your Christmas stockings like we always do. So check this out. The holidays are in full effect. And J. Ray, we've actually uncovered this gem a while ago. And it's in one of our TikToks, or what is that? In one of our TikToks and one of our sizzle reels. But we thought it would be very interesting to bring this back. As a matter of fact, when you get finished watching this episode, we want you to go and check out our Carols and Culture episode in the archives. If you're subscribed, you know how to find it. If you're not subscribed, do that now.
Yes.
But J. Ray, I want you to have the honor of informing our audience of this little known fact about a soulful Christmas classic by the Temptations.
Sir Daniel, in Black households, there are certain songs that represent the holiday season. And as Black folks, we will name a song something that is not named. And many people will refer to this song as In My Mind.
The In My Mind song.
The In My Mind song. That is not the title of the song. The song is actually Silent Night. It is the Temptations version of Silent Night. And in Black households during the holidays and on radio, you will hear this song ad nauseum. And it is beautiful. It's the Temptations. It represents the holiday and it represents Black culture. Sir Daniel, there are two versions of Silent Night by the Temptations that were recorded in two completely different eras of the Temptations' career. And the one that we know the most is the second version.
Ain't that something? Now, tell us, when was the first one recorded?
I am so glad you asked this, Sir Daniel. So here's how we stumbled onto this fact, y'all. So Sir Daniel just mentioned, go listen to the Carols and Culture episode. We did this episode called Carols and Culture because we wanted to talk about the impact of Black Christmas music, right? And so we used this article, the best Black Christmas albums of all time ranked. And it included the Temptations Christmas card, which for us was just like, oh, the Temptations Christmas card. It has Silent Night on it. That album ranked number 2 on that chart. We thought nothing of it. One day, we decided to play the Temptations Christmas card. And that is the moment that we figured out, this ain't in my mind. This ain't it. What is this? What is this? So, in 1970, the Temptations released their first Christmas album, which was called The Christmas Card. Now, this is the third lineup of the Temptations, by the way. The Temptations had many lineups. So this is the third version. Dennis Edwards, Melvin Franklin, Eddie Kendricks, Paul Williams, and Otis Williams was in this version of the Temptations at the time. This song was actually sang live by Eddie Kendricks. So Eddie Kendricks sings the 1970 version of Silent Night from the Temptations Christmas Card. This song was produced by Barrett Strong and Clay McMurray. And what the Temptations were doing at the time is they were kind of infusing like a little 70s funk into some Christmas stuff, and really became like their first kind of foray into holiday music. This is not the version of the song that most people know. The version of the song that most people know was recorded in 1980. So this is the 1980 version of the Temptations. This version of the Temptations, still Dennis Edwards, but it was Dennis Edwards, Melvin Franklin, Richard Street, Glenn Leonard, and Otis Williams. Otis isn't in every version of the Temptations. But 1980 was this was Give Love at Christmas, and this album was produced by Gil Askey, and it was like a smooth jazz R&B version of the Christmas album by the Temps. And they had this version of the Little Drummer Boy on there, which is actually the version of the Little Drummer Boy that most people know as well. It's kind of like a funky groove, and also includes the timeless Temptations version, which we lovingly refer to as Silent Night in My Mind.
In my
So,
mind.
1980 is the version of the Temptations Silent Night that everyone most knows.
You know, I've been to several Christmas parties in the past where, you know, after it's like I think it was was it Cowboy? If I believe it was DJ Cowboy would love after we, you know, getting people up into a sweat would drop Silent Night just to break it up in the middle of the set, and it
Mm.
turned into this huge sing along. And you know, that moment of In My Mind was like, I don't care where you put black people, there's going to be a moment when we could become a unified choir, and we are all going to sing in unison In My Mind. And it's one of the most glorious things that you can ever witness. And if you're a DJ out there listening to this, try it. Drop it in the set and see what happens. If you clear out the floor, don't blame me, but go ahead and let us know what happens. And also, what I find very interesting about this version, and what the Temptations were very skillful at doing, was marrying a falsetto
Mm-hmm.
throughout the whole song, and then somebody coming in at the very bottom,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and it just made for it. I think that's one of the distinctions of the Temptations, and also this version 2.0 version of Silent Night is like you've got the falsetto throughout the whole song, but the narration um is in the basement with the bass. I can't think of any other male groups, except I believe Boys to Men may have been the last group, singing male group, to come along and give us an offering of a Christmas classic. And I because I don't think, has Jodeci ever done any Christmas classics? Not that I can think of.
Not that I can think of. Definitely let us know, folks. And Sir Daniel, I'm wondering your thoughts
Huh.
because you mentioned something that I think is really important that is missing today. And we also included this. So if you follow Q Points Mag, we talk about this.
Mhm.
I think theory. CJ Sir Daniel normally has the theories, but I have a J Ray
It's
theory
J
at the
Ray's
moment.
time. Yes.
Yes. I think that one of the reasons this song endures is because of the distinction of the black male voice is
Mhm.
very clear on this song, right?
Yes.
So
The range. Yes.
the
Mhm.
ranges of songs. So you got a Dennis Edwards, which is a gravelly. You got a Otis Williams in the bottom. You know what I mean? And so there's this very clear range of voices, but it's all anchored by this distinctly deep male voice that we do not hear in music, in pop culture, pretty much anymore, right? And so I'm also thinking that the reason why this song endures so much is it also represents that connection to that sound
Mm.
of voices, which we just don't get. Because one, we don't even have a lot of vocal groups anymore. The Temptations were a proper vocal group.
That's it right there. They were a proper vocal group. They sang in 3-part, 4-part harmonies. That just doesn't happen a whole lot these days. Not in groups. And just to so Jodeci does not have a Christmas album. However, like Casey and JoJo have a few like Christmas or holiday offerings on their solo projects, and I'm pretty certain maybe a gospel project here or there.
Mhm.
But as far as the male groups are concerned, yeah, we don't have that anymore. I think, and we've discussed this. We have a couple episodes where we celebrate Black male
Mhm.
voices. I think it was a series we talked about
Yep.
Teddy Pendergrass, Barry White, Isaac Hayes. Make sure you
Mhm.
go back and check out those episodes
Good
because we
shows.
celebrate those Black voices that we don't get anymore. We talked about Maxwell, who in himself has been able to do both.
Yeah.
Maxwell will give you a falsetto and then he'll go down in the basement and give you
Yeah.
something else. So there's a range, and maybe it's a reflection of, oh God, I don't want to start sounding like one of those podcasts about, well, Black men nowadays, or, I think it might be a reflection of what people are attempting to be, what people feel like um their performances of masculinity need to be these days. Um, and it also reflects the lack of groups, maybe reflect the fact that people don't, there's not a lot of unison anymore, or the idea of doing things together as a team might be part, these are just theories, we good for a good conspiracy theory here on Q Points, but it might just be a reflection of the time, and that's why we're not seeing a whole lot of male groups like that anymore. Wanye, of course, of Boys to Men, his sons have formed a super group, so we'll see what happens with them. They've been working on music for a while now, and they sound amazing. They
Mhm.
definitely earned it from their dad. And
Yeah.
so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it will change within the next couple of years.
So Daniel, I think you said something that's really important. And the holidays, I think the reasons why songs like this endure is they also remind us of the importance of coming together in the
Mm,
holidays.
mhm.
And groups like the Temptations, to your point, represent people working together, right? There are people who do lead things in groups, right? But the groups themselves rely on each other. SWV is an amazing group because those three women rely on each other. Say what you want to say. Miss Coco is the bomb. Like
Right.
Sir Daniel had a theory that, Coco, we talk about who are the voices of the 90s, and we name all of these people, but it might be Coco, right?
Listen,
Yeah, but
I said it. That
yeah,
y'all can
you
come after
absolutely said
me.
it.
I know we've deemed people the voice of the 90s and whatnot, but I really do believe that Coco is the voice of the 90s. But we'll save
Yeah,
that for another episode.
absolutely. And but I think what we have to remember is, and the reason why I bring that group up is because Coco still needs Lily and Taj. Lily and Taj have
Totally.
a role in that group,
They
right?
absolutely do.
There's this is an aside, but I think it's really important. There's this TikTok when they were doing Week on the Arsenio Hall show, a cappella. Coco is singing. Coco is singing down. Taj and Lily come in with that weak. Arsenio falls out because all of a sudden these voices now come together. And you are like, oh, I completely get
Now we get
what's
why they're
happening
sisters
here.
with
Voices.
voices.
The Temptations represent that.
Yes.
And I think when we hear Silent Night, particularly in my mind version, the 1980
Hmm.
version, because that's the version we hear the most, it not only conjures up the feeling of the holidays, it also reminds us of people working together to create something. And that's a beautiful thing. It's in our DNA. And that's why I think that song endures. One, it's just a beautiful rendition of Silent Night, period. Both versions, by the way, are really, really good. So you should definitely go back and listen to the Christmas card version with leads by Eddie Kendricks. and check it out, just so you know. But both versions of these are unique and distinct. And I thought that was interesting too, where you have one group, but two versions of the same song that are miles apart from each other. The only thing connecting them is the group themselves.
And that, you have to have a great musical director, somebody that knows how to produce.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of production that people don't understand, the vocal arrangements. And we've been diving into that a lot lately here on Q Points, on that aspect, because that's a very important aspect of creating music, creating songs, so that you can have different versions of the same song that will live forever and
Yes.
grow the legs of a caterpillar and continue to crawl throughout generations. But yes, the idea though of coming together and working is what we're about here on Q Points. I couldn't do the show without J Ray. I like to think that he can do it without me,
I can't do it
But
without you. How would that be possible? I could not. There is no Q points without. I couldn't do it without you. And thank you for you not being able to do it without me. I think
right.
that's important. That's what this also, I think, represents, is the coming together during this holiday season.
Absolutely. Well, we come together to create Q Points content for you, and we enjoy doing it, and we want you to find out about it. So there's things that you need
Yes.
to do in order to be kept in the know. J Ray, tell
Yes.
them right now, take your part and tell them slowly. And while you do that, I'll
You're going to
narrate
do the
behind.
high?
No, I'm gonna do the. You're gonna say your spiel, and
Okay.
I'm gonna narrate it in the bass voice after. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Mhm. Go
That
ahead.
just tickled me. So I don't know what he's going to do, y'all. But thank you all so much for joining us.
We want to thank you.
If you can hear our voices, if you can see our faces, please subscribe wherever
Go
you
on and
are.
subscribe.
Share the show with your friends, family, colleagues. If you love Q Points, chances are they will love Q Points as
You
well.
know you do.
Please visit our website at qpoints.com, where you can check out our newsletter. You can check out other episodes of the show. Also, last but not least, you can
Not
absolutely
least, y'all.
you can shop our store at store.qpoints.com, where
Get
you
you
can get.
some merch. So
We
you're
love
right.
y'all. We thank you so much.
I don't have no sense, and y'all already know it. But what I do know is that in this life, you have a choice. You can either pick up the needle or you can let the record play. I'm DJ Sir Daniel,
My name is Jay Ray, y'all.
and this is Q Points Podcast, dropping the needle on Black music history. We will see you on the next go round. Peace.
Peace. I thought you was going back
Peace.
down in the base. Peace.